Steeler Nation, welcome to the Steeler Wade Show. Just a little bit something different today. Hey man, OTAs have been going on, and I've been catching myself just absorbing it and loving it as a fan, And I just haven't been putting much out there, but I've just been busy. It's springtime here. Big G from the Pump Your Brakes podcast. He always talks about I'm in the streets. So, yo, man, I just took it literally. I am on the streets here in Southwest Michigan. One of the things that keeps me away from. All right, let's just get the big elephant in the room is how pretty I look right now, huh? You see this? Oh, baby, brand new ball cap, brand new numbers shirt. But the feast of the feast, getting ready for that Pirates game. I know it's a Steeler podcast, but woo, I never had no colored tennis shoes before, and I went to a ball game. Uh, when Steelers played Indianapolis 2 years ago with my daughter, and I was like looking around like I'm not even a shoe guy, and they're just so cool. So feel like I got that bling on, today. I'm not really a fancy man, but if you don't think this is pretty, then you don't know what art is. You know what I'm saying? This is all what keeps me away from doing a lot of podcasts are these hostas. See, I got kind of a collector. I guess it's cold enough in Pennsylvania, but maybe in your world, if you know anything about hostas, I collect them. Got a couple hundred different kinds around here. But one of the things, I just gonna do a fast one because, hey, yo, man, this is a hood, yo. So I'm gonna talk about the two things that I'm really liking a lot. I did an earlier podcast. It was tremendously popular with like 31 views about if Calvin Austin was going to have a spot on this team, like with the scheme, the things that I've seen and things like that. Super popular, 31 views. I might have got a like for myself. I don't know. But um, a little bit before camp started, one of the podcasters I listened to, and I'm not sure who it was, but they had talked about how, look, they drafted this guy not that late, and it's, I think a lot of times these podcasters and a lot of times the fans want to feed into the idea of Calvin Austin only being like this gadget person. Like, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to work out, but he seems like a very tenactic man, you know, and he must know how to do some routes, or the Steelers would have never drafted him where they did. They didn't see potential in him, and they didn't really use him that much as that gadget person that we kept seeing about, that tenacity that he has or he has shown, with that injury that he had in his rookie season and still staying with it and still trying to do whatever he could do. Man, we had a mentally ill, no, that's not the word. We had a dumbass offensive coordinator with not very elaborate opportunities to use somebody with the skill set that Austin has. One of the things that was mentioned tonight on the Steelers Now afternoon drive was a really cool word Nick Fairbaugh used about Calvin Austin was pesky. He's a pesky receiver, and that seems to be something that could fall into open arms um, with the Azani, I believe his name is. I can't believe I'm not getting it right now, but the wide receivers coach, and also with Arthur Smith, you know. Can't believe I'm not confident on the guy's name, Azani, the wide receivers coach. Um, I'm hearing reports out there that he's very, it needs to be done a certain way, and I just think that um, from the early reports that's coming out here is he's really seeming to be the wide receiver coach that I wanted, that I thought that Hines Ward would be. That's who I wanted to have happen. And but you know, but this is what I wanted. I wanted someone that was very, I don't know about disciplinarian, that's a common word, but just rugged as far as what's being asked on this wide receiver room, you know. And I think that we might just not, yeah, we might pick up another wide receiver. We might pick up a veteran. We might need to have more leadership, you know. I can't, but I'm really seeing, you know, Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin really grabbing at some of these wide receiver 2 yards that are available in the Arthur Smith offense. So I've kind of changed up a little bit, and I changed up a little bit um, before the OTAs, thinking about Austin. You know, that's just because we never really did anything with gadget plays. You know, if he could have a wide receivers coach that's more intense with him, that corrects his um, get off, you know, and we could really see some of the things that we were all very excited about, you know, 2 years ago when we drafted him. I was excited, you know, and I think there's a lot of opportunities out there. One of the cool things I've also heard that is um, the wide receivers coach is actually putting the wide receivers in sled drills right off the bat, you know, and it's just a toughness. Maybe he does not have a track record of, I don't know, coaching up, but developing. Developing is such a hard word because it's such a personal thing with each player, you know, and scheme, and upper coaches and lower coaches, and effort and life path. You never know what people, you know what I mean? It's not like a cut and dry type deal. But folks, don't forget to press like, subscribe to this channel. I know this was full of emptiness. I just wanted to share a little bit of Southwest Michigan with you. I didn't have too much to talk about. Been fighting myself about putting out a podcast about Najee Harris because I know it's just not going to be popular, but it's just like I had to do it, so I'll get it off my mind. If you're listening this long, without comparing Najee Harris to other players on the Pittsburgh Steelers, like Jaylen Warren, or what you get with Jaylen Warren, how far away is Najee Harris from being your ideal Steeler? You know, on the field, off the field, in the locker room, to the press, um, effort, tenacity. Um, you know, how much more does he need to be, or what are the things that he needs to be an ideal Steeler in your book? You know what I mean? What are the things that he's missing? You know, I'm not saying about him being number 2 behind Jalen or this or that, but as far as being an ideal Steeler. So I know that's going to be unpopular for me to post, but I have to get it out there. So that'll be coming up, and it is Memorial Day weekend, and looking forward to a lot of things. I can't wait to go see the Pirates play in Detroit on Tuesday. And folks, if you have any questions about the Steeler Wade Show, please remember that I do have the Steeler Wade Show Books for Inmates kind of program I'm trying to put out there. So if you have any loved ones out there that are incarcerated, that you'd like to have just a little bit of extra love sent to them, it's hard sometimes to send letters to those people. It just really is. So if you have a guy or girl that's incarcerated and you just like to have a little Steeler Nation, this is a little funnel of my Steeler Nation, you to me to this to that, you know. If you have any people out there, just send me the information to SteelerWadeShow@gmail.com, and I'm trying to do it to where I buy a few books. It's been unpopular so far, but using just my own money, but it will end up picking up. But I just need names. So you give me people to send to, because I want to just send it to my homeboys and homegirls. You know what I mean? So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this great weekend. We have a nice little storm coming in, and it's been a beautiful day here in Southwest Michigan. Folks, keep the faith. The church is true. Oh, and if you haven't been listening, but there's Zachary Smith, pretty dang cool. Puts my name out there sometimes, and I know he's had a little bit of shin work out there done. So, any of you tattoo guys out there, blah, blah, show you a little shin work up close, because this is very professional. You like that white piping? I think I look like a soft set of tits, dude. But there you go. There's some shin work for you. It's all done with ink from Sut, burnt off of baby oil or something. But folks, AMF Steeler Nation, press like, share, share, share.